Hey everybody, Pete here with PNP Real Estate for another PNP Short. Thanks for joining us. Today I'm here with real estate attorney extraordinaire, Mr. Chuck Wiseman from Wiseman Reilley.
Hi, Pete. Thanks for having me again.
Thanks for coming back. It's almost 1 year anniversary of the new T.R.I.D guidelines in the lending and the closing process, and we're here with Chuck today to discuss what he's seen from his end. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it delayed? Does it help? Et cetera, et cetera. So Chuck, what are you seeing as far as T.R.I.D and its effect on the ability to get loans and close deals?
Good question. Almost a year in, I don't think the sky was falling or has fallen as some people thought would happen. Business as usual is kind of, we're continuing to see property transactions happen, finance transactions happen. There was a lot of concern about they would cause a lot of delays in the closing process. We have not seen a lot of that. Closings are still happening within 30 days, within 45 days. When we originally thought when this was going to roll out, we thought, oh my goodness, these won't close within 60 days. Not the case. We're seeing closings happen in 30 days, in 45 days. A 30-day closing at any time before T.R.I.D or now is still pretty tight, but we do see it happen.
Okay. If we can go back, let's just kind of remind the people what T.R.I.D was or what it is.
It's just the new disclosures that they came out with, of where we got away with the good faith estimate, and now we have a loan estimate, and we got away from the truth in lending, and now we have what's called a closing disclosure. And so these new forms of disclosure to the consumer, to the borrower, to keep them informed in this lending process. And you have certain timelines of when these documents have to be presented to the borrower in order to properly close the transaction.
So it's a more itemized breakdown of all the costs involved, where money's going, being distributed, spent, etc.
It was already itemized. It's just really now it's not so much of an estimate. Those figures are very, very accurate for the most part. There can be some changes a little bit here, but it's just a lot tighter of an estimate. And with the actual closing disclosure, which replaced the old HUD-1 settlement statement, the new closing disclosure that we have now has to be presented to the borrower 3 days before the closing.
Okay, perfect. What do you see going forward? Does the process become more efficient? Are the buyers happy with it, that they see more, they feel more, etc.? And will that process change, do you think, in the future?
As far as the borrowers are concerned, the actual clients, I don't think it really has a lot of an impact on them, other than they do get a lot of their documentation earlier, or it's required to get to them earlier, which is a good thing. Behind the scenes, with the closing departments and the title companies and the real estate attorneys, it's been somewhat of a learning curve to kind of work all of this out. And we do experience right now, every lender has different interpretation of what the guidelines actually are. Okay. So we deal with a lot of lender policy, which is their interpretation of the T.R.I.D regs. So there can be some nuances from lender to lender of what they require, and some lenders are requiring more of an online approach to their process, of where things are put up into a portal and you have to communicate directly through the internet portal for that. We're keeping up with the software and things are moving in that direction, but other than that, that's what I see this is going.
Overall, your opinion from the user experience, meaning the buyer, T.R.I.D is a good thing or is it a bad thing?
It's here to stay for now, and so I think right now I don't think it interferes with the ultimate goal, which is putting your clients into properties.
Perfect. Great words from a great guy, Chuck Wiseman, Wiseman Reilley. Thanks again for joining us for another PNP Short. Until next time, I'm Pete Popovich.
Thank you.